Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a captivating journey through the fascinating world of Reddit's renowned subreddit called True Off My Chest. Get ready to embark on an emotional roller coaster as we uncover real-life accounts that will leave you both astonished and scratching your head. But first, if you enjoy this type of content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. Let's get into it. Today, I betrayed my daughter. I feel horrible, but I couldn't handle keeping it in any longer. For those who don't know about my previous post, my daughter confided in me that she was having an affair with her best friend's husband. For the sake of the post, we will call my daughter Savannah and her best friend and husband, Elizabeth and Stan. My daughter told me about the affair a couple of months ago, and I was devastated. And hurt that my daughter was so capable of doing this to someone, let alone her best friend, given Elizabeth just had a baby. I thought I got through to Savannah. She told me she would stop seeing Stan and would eventually tell Elizabeth the truth. I stupidly believed her, because she stopped talking about Stan and she told me she was seeing someone else. Well, until yesterday afternoon. Savannah came over to drop off my granddaughter, because she was going on vacation. I didn't know who she was going with. But, when she dropped off my granddaughter, I peeked outside of my front door and she waved goodbye to me, but I noticed she was in Elizabeth's car. I thought that was odd, given I thought she told Elizabeth everything. I looked really closely and Stan was in the driver's seat. My stomach dropped. I just went inside and closed the door with my granddaughter, in shock, and I was just extremely devastated that my daughter doesn't simply care about what the hell she is doing. Yesterday night I couldn't sleep, so I went on Facebook and was on Elizabeth's page. The more I looked at it, the worse I started to feel, because just the day before, Elizabeth made a very heartfelt birthday post to Stan. I look in the comments and there's my daughter Savannah, commenting, "OMG. I love you guys so much." That was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I debated to message her on there, but I just felt like it would be cowardly on my end to do that. She deserved a face-to-face. Elizabeth is a yoga instructor, so I went to her class this morning. I waited until after everyone left for us to talk and I just told her everything. She initially didn't want to believe me, until I showed texts from my daughter and then we compared our Find My Friend on our iPhones and wouldn't you know it, they were in the same exact spot. She of course broke down and was shaking immensely. I tried my best to comfort her and we talked for well over 3 hours. She told me everything makes so much sense and that she wasn't going crazy. I just felt extremely terrible for her the whole time. By the end of our conversation, she told me not to tell anyone we had this conversation and I'm honestly still confused by that because she didn't vocalize that she was leaving or staying with him. So, I'm not sure what she will do. Who knows? She might go mask off and expose everything or quietly file for a divorce. So now I'm at home, hoping and praying I did the right thing. My biggest fear is that my daughter will find out I ratted her and then not let me see my granddaughter anymore. But I can no longer allow my daughter to go through life without being checked for her actions because this isn't the first time she has done this.
I love her, but I don't want her to contact me. About 2.5 years ago, my partner broke up with me. That night, she asked if we could talk about our relationship. She initiated the conversation by broaching a subject that had always been sensitive in our relationship: children. Through many difficult conversations over the course of our relationship, it was increasingly clear that her desire to have children, and for my part, the lack thereof, was something we would not be able to reconcile. Our relationship was a ticking time bomb. Still, I felt happy in the relationship. We had a lot in common, enjoyed each other's company, and loved each other very much. Over the years we were together, she helped me grow to become a better person, and I am thankful to her for that. I would have been happy to continue our relationship for many wonderful years to come, even knowing it would eventually come to an end one day. Unfortunately, that feeling was not reciprocated. Tearing up, she told me she couldn't be with me anymore. Staying together for several more years, only to eventually break up, was too painful a thought to bear. Every day spent together only made her more acutely aware of our long-term incompatibility. She described a hypothetical future where we have been together for 10 years. At some point she is ready to have kids, so she has to make the impossible decision to end a decade-long monogamous partnership on top of miraculously finding someone else to love and have children with within the time frame of a couple years. I don't blame her for ending the relationship. It was what felt right to her. Still, it was devastating, probably for both of us. But since I always felt that I could be happy with her, even in the short term, my feelings for her haven't changed, even 2.5 years later. I would choose to be with her if she chose to be with me. Since breaking up, we have caught up a few times over the phone, and occasionally exchanged memes over text. At first, I was happy that I could still have her in my life in some capacity. But eventually, I realized that our communication wasn't allowing me to really move on. As the months went by, each text I received from her awoke feelings of deep dread and sadness. I stopped responding, hoping she would stop reaching out. When she didn't, I decided I needed to set a boundary. I asked her, very open-endedly, what she thought about our current relationship. She expressed that she liked the way things were, but that she was open to changing it if it wasn't working for me. Eventually, I told her that I still have romantic feelings for her, though I'm not sure she is aware of how deep they run, and that I need time away to process those feelings. She agreed to a no-contact period of a few months, and that was a huge relief. But at the same time, I'm not sure I will be ready to talk in a few months, or a year, or 2 years. I'm not sure when, if ever, I will feel ready to be friends with her again. In the meantime, I have been taking care of myself, and I feel much happier now that I have some distance from the situation. Still, it's nice to get all this off my chest.
I wasn't meant to be a caregiver. I can't do this. I'm disabled too. He's completely dependent on me. Not physically but mentally and financially. He had 2 back-to-back seizures last year. He hasn't been the same, and every seizure he has makes it worse. I have to prompt him for everything. His mentality is that of a young teenager. I'm all alone with this. I have to figure everything out. His family and friends have abandoned him because of the seizures and how they changed him. They won't help me get his meds. I've tried everything to get them cheaper but cannot. We just lost a week of meals because I thought he could handle putting the meat in the freezer. He told me he did, but I noticed a smell today and there was half my meat rotting. Another task I've got to take on. He was such a good person and he still tries to be. He was my partner. Now it's all on me, and I hate myself because I'm starting to resent him. I don't eat or go to my doctor because every penny I get goes to bills, and anything left over goes to his meds. But most months, there's nothing left over. He has no one but me. He can't make it on his own, but I feel so trapped and alone. I didn't know it was this bad when we got back together. He couldn't tell me because he still doesn't accept the seizures changed him. It took me 6 months to convince him to apply for disability. Now we're waiting for his first denial. This is bad. I need a break. I need a friend. I'm so alone in this.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you'll know as soon as we upload another video.